Hi, Answer. Nitesh here. Just wanted to give you a quick feedback on the project, and we'll take it up from there. So this is a project scope sheet that I shared with you. Now, in this sheet, I have removed, striked all the sections that are done correctly at this stage, and uh, and we don't need to work on that. The ones which are not striked off is the one that we need to work on. So to start with, let's open the first one, which is situation, single or couple or family. Now, I noticed that might be a trouble. So if it is couple, fine, but if it is going to family, the second applicant is gone. Now, it should not be that way. So I want you to go back to single and couple here, remove family completely. So I'll just add that, remove family, situation, single or couple, remove family, remove family. So remove family, and that's how I done great. Okay, so remove family. So we'll go back to single or couple, which is fairly simple and whatnot. So we'll go to single and couple. Now also this has an impact. Uh, this has an impact here. Now the assessable income and this one, regional, and this. Now this is not looking fine, so I'm thinking delete this completely, and we will put this chart there instead. So somewhere we can put this chart all here, somewhere here. So it just says single, metro, regional, blah blah blah, like exactly the way this is. We'll try to put a table here, and we'll get rid of this, but we'll just still show accessible. So accessible income is this much, and then I will manually tell them if they qualify or not qualify. So that's what we are going to do. So I'll just write it here, make the table visible. So that way it is accessible this, and then the whole chart is here to show that what's the income looking like, or we can make it below here, whichever one, that is fine. So that's how we are going to do this. This section is done correctly. After refinance, I click here. So the one that I mentioned you, that before putting a refinance, we'll have a click button. If it is possible, do it. If it is not possible, just not, let's not bother about it. Let's keep it the way it is. um, I'm not very fussed on that. Now the section, in this one, key start calculator, which is this one, you're putting a number here, but we don't want debt calculations to go in 4 tabs. So as I mentioned, this number, which is effectively this number after refinance number, is going here. I don't want it here. I want it here on this fourth section. So not first, on the fourth one. The reason why, like this 4,000 is resulting into this, similarly this 5,000 will result into a different number. So if you go back to mapping and remove this, and you know and put it here. Now if it is too much of an effort, then don't bother. um, I will work with what we have. So in that case, if it's possible, do it, otherwise leave it. Now package sheet. So package sheet is where we have a lots of trouble. Now first of all, the package sheet. Okay, let's start from beginning. First and foremost, assumption sheet. Now assumption sheet, there is a clear calculation. I said the original package price. So key start calculation is all good. Original package price, and so these deposit calculations are very clearly mentioned here, but for whatever reason I couldn't get the same effect. So let's go back here. So let's take an example. If I put it as a custom price, just in case. and just make it to, you know, $200,000. So 190, let's say, and let's say this is $100,000. So let's say this is 0. Or whatever that number is, and that is 5%. So if I do my calculation, I go here, multiply by 0.05. So sorry. So this equals brackets this multiply by 0.5 bracket plus this plus this minus plus this. So look at this. This should be 9,425, whereas here it is showing 8,425. So there is $1,000 difference here. Even if I change this number to, let's say, 170, then look at this. There's a $45 worth of 1,000 difference. I don't know why that $1,000 difference is. If I make it $2,000, because I've done calculations for pretty much all the random numbers, and this is always $1,000 less than this. So that is a problem with the 9 number 1. So I'll put $1,000 difference. So that is a problem. And for all of these, there is an error. Let's put all these 3 in green. Yeah. So for all the other ones, so let's say if I go here and I put, let's say, 5%, then it reflects this, and let's say, and then it just goes like this. So there is error in 5%, there is error in 10%, there is error in 20%, there is error in deposit amount. If I put deposit amount, let's say put $100,000, then it seems to be fine, I think. Yeah, then it seems to be fine. Yeah, so that one is fine. So let's put deposit amount striked off as well. Yeah. And the only addition is if we go to deposit amount, instead of that, if we go to, let's say, guarantor, we needed cash required 3,000 here. So that's it. So that's the only thing which we need to add here. So that's there. So I think this needs fixing, which is what I wanted. Now variation section, stormwater, yep, done. Build rent free promo. Now if I put rent free promo clicked here in PCQ, it used to show build free. So I've put a rent here because in the sheet that you had was build free. So I'll just put build rent free promo. That's it. Which is fine. So this is probably can be striked off. I can do it myself, so it doesn't have to be done by you. So let's call it a striked off as well. So we don't need this to be done. Okay, now key start pack. So if you look at this sheet, I've chosen key start pack here. which in PCQ it does come in and says provide builder range floor covering and window treatment. That is good, but the amount is not mentioned here for whatever reason. So we need the amount to go in as well. And let's say if I remove key start pack, okay, so let me put, instead of custom, let me put a house, proper house, let's say for this example. Let's not put value, let's put something else. So let's say this is the house, and I put a key start pack here. It changes the price, which means it is adding the price. So let's say if I do that, this is 295, and if I put V here, then becomes 303. So it is taking a price, which is good, but it is not showing what the price is. So it just says provide floor covering, window treatment, and blah blah blah, but it doesn't show the price here. So which is what I needed to put into. So that's why this price is missing or cost is missing. Okay, now the new field, next one is the new field bolt on. Now the only thing with bolt on is that, of course, if I don't put it here, I don't know, for whatever reason it is still showing. So even if I remove it, it still shows here, which is not what I wanted. Uh, but anyways, if it has to be there, it has to be there. We put a V here, and that is fine if this comes in. But ideally, I would like to, just not have this at all. But let's say, if even if it is there, doesn't matter. But when I put a V here, all it goes in here is provide bolt-on info. Now, what is that info? We don't know. And apart from that, this looks messy. Like, you can't even read this. So, this is not a presentable solution to client. Like, if we can reduce the font size or something, because this doesn't look right. So let's say if we can just make them smaller or something. So now it is happening, which is good. So probably we can do it, but this doesn't look right. So if we can just make it look beautiful, because that's also important. Aesthetic is what sells, man. Aesthetic is what sells. So you know if we can, instead of having it here, if it is stays missing, like bolt on section is missing, like like white, it doesn't show anything. And also here there was a section which I used to calculate, which is also missing. So there was a section where I used to calculate. So if I go back to my previous sheets, there used to be a section here. So let's say if I go to sales tool, so and now where is this gone? Okay, projects, sales to input sheet. See, look at in the past, like version 1.3 or whatever, 1.5.3 or whatever. Let's open this. They're all on cloud for whatever reason. See, so if let's say if I put a design here, okay, this doesn't have it. This version probably would have not had it, but Interesting. It's all missing. So, anyways, who cares? So that section is fine. I will work on that. That's not a problem. Um, that is fine. What I wanted is, yeah, again going back to the, so why is this open? So going back to requirement sheet, um, what I wanted is essentially was, let's say if this is selected, it should say that here. But if it is like, bolt on info and then, a section here. But anyways, if that is not happening, fine, no, not a problem. You know, that's fine. But just make sure that it looks nice. That's it. And now the next thing, and the next thing is bolt-on design. So what I did was, I did notice when I was doing a check, and this was a random check, so I want you to check it properly. So let's say if I put themes, it doesn't add any value, and it just does everything is missing in this design. And then if, let's say, I put order, it's still missing. And then if I put, let's say, some other design, so muse, it comes in. So I've checked randomly. There are few designs which doesn't even have anything, like it doesn't have a price, it doesn't have anything. So we need, some designs are missing. So that's another issue which we need to sort. Now, design, man, this is not good. This is the only thing which I was really not happy about. Rest of the things I know there's fix. Look at this. This is good, which looks nice. So it looks sorted. So we have 6 meter, 7 meter, and all of that. But the design is different. So let's say we go with Rio. It is showing a different design, Muse. So I think what would have happened is, you just sorted the price list, but the design picture is not sorted. See, this is 15 meter and this is what it looks like. So here, if you look at it, this is not in sequence. Like, this is Muse and this is Gilbert and this is value. So this is value, but, and this is not theme. So this got sorted, but this didn't got sorted. So we need to change this to do it. Now, I know it's a lengthy process, but if you can't do it, let me know. Send me a sheet. I've sent you before, what design looks how. But if you can't sort it, let me know and I will try to do it myself, because this cannot be, this I can't just present to anyone. This looks like they are different design, different name, and different design. So that needs to be done. If you can sort it, fair enough. If not sorted, let me know. So that was there. Now the next was this one. I mentioned here that I want 10 more design need leads to be added. So when you do the package model, I need here to say, new package 1, new package 2, new package 3, new package 4. So that list is not added. The reason why I want that list is, tomorrow, let's say, in this also, if it is added, I can just add a name here. Like, I can just, instead of that 1 2 3 4 5, I will just change the name and I'll put the design myself and I'll be able to add those designs. So that needs to be done. So we need 10 new lines here in the drop down. So we will have new 1, new 2, new 3, or something like that. Or even it can be, below this. It doesn't have to be exactly here. It can be below custom 1, custom 2, custom 3, or whatever. And I'll be able to sort it later down the track. Okay, so that's there. New selection, bolt on price list. Now, new section, which is bolt on price list, which is this one. This is fine. But I think this still needs to be cleaned up. That's fine. Building journey, I did found some of the things which was not like exactly what I wanted, but I will be able to fix it. So don't even bother about that. FHA, This is called good. PCQ. Now, the first problem in PCQ was that this is showing 10,000. Now, this is 4,200. So it has to be showing 4,200, but for whatever reason, it is showing $10,000 straight away, which is not what I wanted. Secondly is bolt-on name not showing in the amount section, but that's fine if it cannot be done. It's not very mandatory. Now key start pack, as I said to you, the amount is not showing, which is what we said. For custom, that is already done, so let's strike that off. Default name, now there is an Nitesh here, but there's only Eric here, so we need Eric Newen. So that is there. I also wanted to add one more thing in this, which is, let me put an insert here, and that is in green font, and that is house type. So house type drop down is not working. So whatever reason, this is just showing Manhattan series. We don't want it to be Manhattan series. There is a 3 drop down in the PCQ sheet that you will be able to use. So that's what I wanted. Apart from that, and I don't know why this is showing like this, so let's leave that. That's not a problem. Now, in house price list, house name remains same, which is done. New field to be added in column from bolt-on sheet. Um, so I was not very sure if you understood this, but that's fine. New house design, which mentioned in package sheet, which was not done. So these two, okay, these two fields are from package model, so same thing. So anyways, these are some of the things that is not done. Now I'm fairly sure you will be able to fix all of them because it's very close to there, but there is a lot of small mistakes. Not sure what it is, why it is, but there are a lot of small mistakes that I saw, and I was like, what exactly is happening here? So just work on it, and we'll be able to work from there. Everything else looks fine. Hopefully that is helpful, and I will waiting for your revised sheets. Thanks, man. Cheers. Bye.